Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture. Today we are going to discuss about Vogel's approximation method by the help of example. Here I taken one example. Use Vogel's approximation method to find an initial basic feasible solution to the transportation problem using data of following example. Here they are given 4 demand stations and 3 supply stations. One is supply station 1, supply station 2, supply station 3. Each supply station they are given the unit cost as well as they are given the demand as well as supply constraints they are given. Next, coming to the solution. Here first we have taken the given data. What they are given? They are given 4 demand stations and 3 supply stations. Okay, each one 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the demand stations, and 1, 2, 3. These are the supply stations, and they are given the CIJ value. CIJ means they are given the unit cost for each station. The first one is 19, second one is 30, 50, 10. Next, coming to the second supply station, they are given the unit cost 70, 30, 40, 60. Next, third station 40, 8, 20, 18. Okay, for each station, for each commodity, they are given the number of units availability they are given, XIJ value they are given. Okay, here coming to the demand, it is a supply. Coming to the supply, for each row they are given the values is 7, 9, 18. Okay, next here coming to the demand is 5, 8, 7, 14. They are given total is 34 units. Okay, this is our given data they are given. Now we are going to find the initial basic feasible solution by the help of Vogel's approximation method. Okay, here first we are going to discuss a Vogel's approximation method. First of all, we have to check the rim condition. The given problem is a balanced problem or not, we have to check. Okay, here the given transportation problem is a balanced transportation problem. Why? Because here already they are given 34 units of supply and 34 units of demand they are given. It is already in balanced form. So the given condition is rim condition. It is satisfied. Total supply is equal to total demand. Okay, that's the reason we called it is a balanced transportation problem, and it is in rim condition. Okay, now we are going to the step 1. What we are doing the step 1? Step 1, we have to find the penalties for each row and column. Step 1 is we are going to find the penalties for each row and column. Next, coming to the first row, how we are finding the penalty? Penalty is taken between the two least cost values from the basis, from the table, from the CIJ. Okay, here the CIJ values are available. In this table, CIJ is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 CIJ values are there. For each row, we have to find the penalty. Okay, coming to the first row, penalty. Here we have to identify the two least costs. Coming to this row, here 10 and 19, these two are the least values. So we have to take the difference between these two values. Okay, 19 minus 10 is equal to 9. This is the penalty of first supply station or first supply. Next, coming to the second row here 40 and 30 is there. 40 minus 30, 10. This is the second penalty. Next, coming to the third penalty, 8 and 18. 18 minus 8 is equal to 10. Next, coming to these demands, coming to the first column, 19, 40. We have to calculate the difference between these two. 40 minus 19 is equal to 21. Next, coming to the second station, 30 minus 8 30 minus 8, 22. Okay. Next here, 40 minus 20. 40 minus 20 is equal to 20. Next, final column. 10 minus 18. It means 18 minus 10. Here from this we have to get 8. Here already penalties is over. We are calculating the penalties. We are calculated the penalties from this table. Now you have to identify the highest penalty value from the rows and columns. Here from these rows and columns, the 22 is the highest penalty. Okay, 22 is the highest penalty. So now we are taken this column and we have to satisfy the supply and demand. Here first we are taking this. This is the highest penalty. That's the reason I am choosing this row. Sorry, I am choosing this column. Okay, in this column we have different unit costs. 30 cost, 38. Our aim is our goal is transport the commodity with a minimum cost. Okay, so here we have to identify the minimum cost. These are the cost values. Okay, from this row we have to identify the minimum cost. Which one is the minimum cost? 8 is the minimum cost. So we have to take the commodity. We have to take the transportation values. We have to take the values here. Okay, we have to allocate the transportation is here. Okay, here how much is there? 8 demand is there, 8 in supply is there. From these two, which one is the minimum? 8 is the minimum. So first we have to take 8 units here. So after supplying the 8 units from the 18 units, how much we get? 10 we get. Okay, here the demand is satisfied. We transported 8 units. Demand is satisfied. After this we get 0. For further iterations we have to remove this column. Why? Because further iterations we have to remove this column. Why? Because here there is no demand. Demand is 0. Demand is satisfied. Okay. Now we are going to the iteration table 2. Table 2 is S1, S2, S3. Next D1, D2 supply, D2 demand is over. So we have only 3 demands: D1, D2, D3. Okay. For each commodity, for each station, we have the values 19, 50. Sorry, this is D3 and this is D4. Okay, 19, 50, 10, and here 70, 40, 60. Here 40, 20, 18. Okay, coming to the supply station 1, how many units supply is there? At station 1 we have supply is 7 units and here we have 9 units. After supplying 8 units we have 10 units supply is there. Next, coming to the demand station, here the values are 5, 7, 14. Okay, now again we are going to calculate the penalties. Why we are calculating the penalties? Here we are solving the problem by the Vogel's approximation method. It is also called as the penalty method. That's the reason we are calculating the penalties. Okay. Next, coming to the station 1. Again we have to identify the least value and then nearest to least value. Here we have 2 least values. One is 19 and the second one is 10. We have to calculate the penalties for these two. 19 minus 10 is 9. Next, here 70, 40, 60 are there. From these 3, what is the least? 40 is the least. The next one is 60. 60 minus 40 is equal to 20. Next, third one, 40, 20, 18 are there. From these 20, 18 are the least values. So 20 minus 18 is equal to 2. Next, coming to the row penalty. Here the column penalties. Here the column penalties are 19, 70, 40. From these two, which are the least? 40 minus 19. From this we get 11. Next here 50, 40, 20 is there. 40 minus 20 is equal to 20. Here 10, 60, 18. From this 18 minus 10 is equal to 8. Penalties are calculated. From these penalties we have to identify the highest penalty. Which one is the highest penalty? Here we have two highest penalties. The tie is there. In between these two penalties we have the tie. 20, 20. Here we have tie. So now we are going to resolve this tie. How we choose the value? Here we can choose the value from the arbitrary, or otherwise based on the supply and demand we can choose the value. First, coming to the row, here if suppose I would like to take this row, here number of supply is 9 is there. From this least value is 40 is there. So demand is 7. Okay, it may satisfy. That's the reason I would like to take this cell is the allocation cell. Okay, here I am going to allocate 7 units. So because here we have the 7 units of demand. After supplying the 7 units from 9 units, remaining is 2 units are there. Okay. Next, again for further iterations we are going to remove the demand 3 D3 station. Okay. Next, S1, S2, S3, D1, D3 is over, D3 deleted where, okay, the demand is over, so D4. The values are 1910, next 7060, next 4018. Okay. Okay, these are the values. These are the cost values available at stations, workstation, supply station and demand station, and the supply is availability of the supply is 7, 2, 10. Next, coming to the demand, D is 5, 14. Okay. Next, again we are going to calculate the penalties for each row and column. Coming to the first row, what is the penalty? Here we have only 2 columns, so we are taking the difference between these two. 19 minus 10, 9. Here 70 minus 60, 10. Here 40 minus 18, 22. Okay. Next, coming to these columns, 19 is there, 70 is there, 40 is there. Which one is the least? Here 19 is the least. Then again next list is nearby that list, 40 is there. 40 minus 19 is 21. Okay. Next, here 10, 60, 18 are there. 18 minus 10, 8. Okay. From this we are going to identify the highest penalty. Which one is the highest penalty? Here the 22 is the highest penalty. So for next iteration we have taken, this is the allocation cell, this is the allocation row, where we are going to allocate the value. Here the unit cost is 18, 40, 2 are there. From this minimum value, where we have the minimum value? Minimum value we have at 18. It means D4 station we have at 18. So we are taking allocation here. And how many units we are going to allocate? Supply is 10, demand is 14 is there. So simply we take the 10 units supply here. So remain 0 here, 14. It means 10 units are transported. So balance demand is 4 units. Okay. For further, we are removing S3 row. Okay, why? Because there is no supply. S3 station supply is over. Okay. Next one, S1, S2, D1, D4. Here 19, 10, 70, 60. Okay, next here we have the supplies are 7 units, 2 units, and demand is 5, 4. It is there. Now again we are going to calculate the penalties. Penalties, how we are calculating the penalties? The difference between the two minimum costs. Okay, here only we have 2 costs. So directly we are taking the difference between these 2 costs. 19 minus 10 is 9. Here 60 minus 70 minus 60, 10. These are the penalties. Next, coming to the column penalties. Here 70 minus 19, how much? 70 minus 19, 41. Sorry, 51. 51. 60 minus 10, 50. From this, we are going to identify the highest penalty. Here, which one is the highest penalty? Where we have the highest penalty? At first column we have the highest penalty, that is the 51. So next, for further, we are going to allocate the commodity here. Okay, here we are taken supply is 7 units and demand is 5 units are there. From this we are taken the 5 units. 5. After allocating the 5 units, it becomes 0 and it becomes 2. For further, we are removing D1 column. Okay. Here after this, S1, S2, D4, 10, 60. Then the supplies are 2 units, 2 units. Demand is 4 units. Here directly we are going to allocate 2 units supply here and 2 units supply here. After this we are getting 0, 0. Here 0. Okay. Now we are going to calculate the total cost. Total allocation cost we are going to calculate. Okay. Here how we are calculating the total cost? Here total we have 5 tables are there. Each table we have some allocations. We have to take those allocations into one table, and after that we are calculating the final value. Okay, here total supply stations are 3 are there, S1, S2, S3, and demand stations are D1, D2, D3, D4. Okay, each station we have the unit cost values are there. Okay, those values are already they are given 19, 30, 50, 10, next 70, 30, 40, 60, next 40, 8, 20, 18. These are the given commodity values. Okay, from this we are going to take the allocations. We are going to insert the allocations for this table. Okay, what is the allocation at 19? First allocation is 8. At 8 we have 8 units. Next, second one, coming to the second table, 40 and 7 is there. So here we have 40 and 7. Okay, next allocation is at S3 D4. Here what is the S3 D4? S3 D4. Here this one 10 is there. Next allocation is S1 D1. At S1 D1, this is 5 units. Next allocation is S1 D4. S1 D4 is 2 units. Okay. Next S2 D4 is 2 units. Okay. From these allocations we are going to get the total supply and demand. Here the supply. How many units of supply we supplied to the destinations? Here 2 units we supplied, 5 units we supplied. Total how many units we supplied here? 7 units we supplied. Here 7, 2. 9 units we supplied. Here 8, 10. 18 units we supplied. Here check it. They are given supplies 7 units, 9 units, 18 units. It is satisfied. Okay. Again coming to the column demands. Here 5 units of demand is there. Here 8 units. Here 7 units. Here 10 to 2. 14 units demand is there. Total 34. Okay. After allocations, the total supply and demand are satisfied. Now we are going to check the feasibility. Now we are going to check the optimality, not feasibility. Optimality we are going to check. Here how we calculate the optimality, how we are checking the optimality? We are checking the optimality by using this formula, m plus n minus 1 is equal to allocations. Okay. Here total how many number of allocations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 allocations are there. Coming to M, what is the M? Number of supply stations. How many number of supply stations are there? 3 plus N. Number of demand stations, 1 2 3 4 minus 1. Here 3 plus 4 minus 1 is equal to 6. 6 is equal to 6. It is satisfied. Number of rows plus number of columns minus 1 is equal to allocations. It is satisfied. Now we are going to calculate the initial basic feasible solution. Here we are finding the initial basic feasible solution from the allocations. Okay, it is also called as the total cost. Total cost. Here we are calculating the total cost by taking 19 into 5 plus here second one 10 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 60 into 2 plus 8 into 8 plus 18 into 10. Okay, from this we get the total cost rupees 779. Rupees 779 we are getting the total cost. This is our problem. Okay, what is this? Vogel's approximation method. What we are doing here, first we are checking the rim condition. Okay, the given problem is balanced or not, we are checking by the help of total supply and total demand. Here the total supply is equal to total demand. Okay, it is in rim condition. It is a balanced transportation problem. After calculating the rim condition, we are going to calculate the penalties between the rows and columns. How we are calculating the penalties? By taking the least costs from the table, we are calculating the penalties. Okay, after calculating the penalties, we are identifying the highest penalty. We identified the highest penalty in that row and column. We identify the least unit cost value, and we take that least unit cost as a allocation. There we allocated the allocation, and we again after that we transport the demand and supply. Okay, based on the demand and supply, we transport the commodity to that particular allocation. Okay, after getting this, finally we get the 1 by 1 matrix. Okay, 1 by 1 matrix we are getting. Here we stop the solution, then we checking the optimality. After checking the optimality, we find the total transportation cost. It is also called as initial basic feasible solution. Thank you.